Of course, we need all the positivity that we can get in 2021, Anthony, with the pandemic, and it's kind of nice to see that. And the weather hasn't been too bad if people want to get out there and take a look at it.
Yeah, I think you said it just right, Janice, and also a little bit more festive looking when you've got a touch of snow coming down, kind of making everybody happy, I think, with this this recent pattern of dustings and coatings. Maybe not everybody. I mean, there are people that like the thick depth of snow, but I think the vast majority probably aren't going to lose too much sleep over the fact that we have been missing out on most of the snow systems this late fall and winter season thus far. 29 degrees we've got in Grand Rapids right now, a southwest wind that's fairly non-existent, only around 5 to 10 miles per hour. I stepped outside about, 30, 45 minutes ago and noticed that there was must have been a quick little snow flurry shower that came on through because there's a touch of a dusting on the vehicles and on the ground. So as I've been mentioning throughout these newscasts, you got to watch it if you're headed out late tonight. I mean, we're not talking about a skating rink, but there could be a slippery spot if you don't take care out there on those roadways. Average high for this 18th day of January, 30 degrees. We topped out at 32 this afternoon. The average overnight low at 18. We're coming off an overnight low of 30, so we didn't move anywhere. Last night, the low 30, the daytime high 32, the record 60 and minus 15. Folks, we have been nowhere even in the same zip code as minus 15 this cold season thus far. It does get colder, though, for tomorrow and Wednesday. These are daytime highs. Keep in mind, right now it's 29. So over the next hour or two, we're going to drop to 28, likely get down to about 26, 27, something like that in the early morning hours, and then just hold pretty much steady, I think, through the afternoon tomorrow, maybe even losing a degree or two. And it looks comparably as cold on Wednesday. We will spike just a bit here by several degrees, get to 36 by late Thursday as winds shift to the west-southwest. Remain fairly tolerable here on Friday, and I say tolerable even when it's in the upper 20s this time of year. That's not too bad. I mean, we expect to be down there even lower, and that's about our coldest point of the winter season thus far, these upper 20s that are to come in the days ahead. These are currents on the board, and you can see off into our northern communities, it's upper 20s here locally in Grand Rapids now. We've got upper 20s as well. So our low last night was 30. We're already down to 29 at this 10 o'clock hour, and I think that we will get down to about 26, 27. So the atmosphere is a bit colder tonight versus what it was about 24 hours ago. And a similar story down to the south. We've got all these clouds in place, so everybody in the same ballpark as far as where the mercury is sitting. This is the Doppler radar. And you don't see a whole lot happening. I mentioned about that little dusting that came through. If you look really closely, you can see some of those white echoes. I'll turn it up to a higher sensitivity now, and there are light flurries out and about and some light snow showers. Looks like the coverage and intensity, it never was very intense, but the intensity even waning in the recent minutes. So I think that trend continues overnight. We're not going to pick up much in the way of any additional accumulation. Somebody may get a very, very light film of a dusting. When you wake up tomorrow morning, nothing more than a flurry or two, but some colder air working in on northwest flow. I talked about a colder Tuesday and Wednesday. That's going to result in a regeneration, a refiring of some afternoon flurries and light snow showers from Grand Rapids and southward, but particularly south of Grand Rapids. This is a global model, a model that tries to predict the whole planet Earth, so it's going to have a difficult time honing in on lake effect snow, European model. But the bottom line is you get down into Allegan County, Van Buren and Kalamazoo, southward into Berrien, Cass, and St. Joseph counties. There may be up to an inch of snow there through the mid to late afternoon into the early evening tomorrow, inch and a half. So that could cause some slick spots on roadways. Certainly, even here in Grand Rapids, I think a few snow showers will come about. Look at these snow amounts, though. I showed this in the tease before the commercial break. The amount now up to 8 inches flat in GR for the year. Average is 41.7, so we are way off of that. Last year at this time, we had 29.9, and I looked at the record books. You know, Janice, on this day last year, we got to 6.3 inches of snow in Grand Rapids. I don't see it coming over the next several days, but I am watching Sunday. There may be a system somewhere nearby. We'll keep tabs on that. Still several days away to track. A little bit colder over the weekend.
Anthony, thanks. As around